There's a category of tech that most people never think about until they absolutely need it. And in that moment, it stops being optional and becomes critical. This is one of those devices. At first glance, it doesn't look like something you'd call exciting. It's big, it's industrial, and it sits somewhere between office equipment and engineering tool. But once you actually understand what it does, it starts to make a lot more sense why machines like this exist. This is the HP DesignJet T650, and it's not trying to be your everyday printer. It's built for something very different. We're talking architectural drawings, engineering layouts, construction plans, posters, and large format visuals where precision actually matters. Not just good enough prints, but scaled accuracy down to fine detail. What's interesting here is how HP managed to compress what used to be a full professional setup into something that can realistically sit in a small office, or even a studio corner. Setup is surprisingly straightforward. You're not dealing with a complicated industrial installation. It's more like unboxing a large piece of furniture that happens to print your work at massive scale. Once it's powered on, everything feels intentionally simple. The interface is minimal. The controls aren't overwhelming. And most of the workflow actually happens from your computer or mobile device rather than the printer itself. Now the real question. What matters most here is output. Because this isn't about speed in the way consumer printers are judged. It's about consistency, precision, and reliability over long prints. When you send a full architectural plan to the T650, the first thing you notice is scale. A 4 or letter-sized prints suddenly feel irrelevant. This is where detail lives at a completely different level. Lines stay sharp even across long distances on paper. Thin structural markings don't blur together. Text remains readable even when scaled down into dense technical diagrams. And that's where the value of a machine like this becomes obvious. In fields like architecture or engineering, a misaligned line isn't just a visual flaw. It can translate into real-world errors. So the consistency of output becomes more important than almost anything else. The T650 also handles wireless printing, which might sound basic, but in a professional workflow, it actually changes how quickly teams can iterate. Send a file from a laptop, or a phone, or straight from cloud storage, and it just prints. No complex driver gymnastics. No physical transfer steps. It just fits into a modern workflow in a way older large format printers never really did. Now let's talk about size and presence. This is not a compact device. You're going to need space for it. But compared to traditional plotters, it's actually relatively streamlined. HP clearly designed it for environments where space matters. Small studios, offices, co-working setups, not just industrial floors. Noise levels are also controlled better than you'd expect. It doesn't dominate the room while it's working, which is something people don't usually think about until they're stuck next to a loud printer for hours. Another underrated detail is roll handling. Instead of constantly feeding individual sheets, you can load a roll of paper and continuously print large jobs. That alone saves time and reduces friction in repetitive workflows. And when you step back, that's really what this device is about. It's not trying to impress you with gimmicks. It's trying to remove friction from a very specific type of work. There's also a long-term reliability angle here. HP includes a 2-year on-site warranty support with this model, which signals that this is not a consumer throwaway device. It's built for sustained use. Now, is this for everyone? Not even close. If you're printing documents once in a while, this is complete overkill. But if your work involves design precision, scale visualization, or technical drawings, this kind of tool quietly becomes essential infrastructure. And that's the interesting thing about it. It doesn't feel like a cool gadget in the traditional sense. It feels like something you only fully appreciate once it becomes part of your workflow. Something that just removes problems instead of creating attention. And in a world full of overly complicated tech products trying to do everything, there's something refreshing about a device that does one thing extremely well. Big, accurate, reliable prints. That's it. No drama. No unnecessary features. Just execution. If you're looking to get one, you can check the link in the description for more details and current availability.